All right, this is Eva Clark of Mind-Based Healing. Hopefully by now you are realizing there's a lot more things to be looking out for rather than just those secondary gain when it comes to why your client's symptoms aren't quite healing. In this part 6, we're going to look at emotions and beliefs that block healing. So let's explore the main ones. First, denial. We kind of already began to talk about this, but your clients might be denying other symptoms, the real issues, or just how loud their symptoms are trying to be, or their attention, right? Because they are cut off from their bodies, from their needs, from their feelings. So watch for denial, because it's going to keep them and you in the dark to what's really going on. Fear is another blocker. Actually, fear is responsible for 50% of symptom severity and progression. They won't be able to heal. Their bodies won't take those $1,000 supplements and actually be able to use it if their body's in fear. Grief is another possibility. I actually had a client who, before her MS symptoms, right before, her grandmother was hospitalized, and she had a moment there where she thought that her person, her number one person she can always rely on, was going to die. And that's when her symptoms started. And now, 2 years later, what she worries about is her symptoms, right? But that original worry that her person, her grandmother, might die one day is still there in the background, and that needs to be addressed. Also, limiting beliefs such as, I don't deserve to get better, or it's going to work for others but not for me. Those are going to get in the way of the healing. And if your client is over-controlling or judgmental, they're up here in their heads, and they're not going to drop down here in their bodies and in their subconscious during your sessions. So if you notice your client is a little judgmental, I can guarantee they are judging your abilities to do the session. And because of that, they're not going to fully benefit from the techniques. So what do? When I notice any of these emotions, I address them directly. I say, hey, I notice fear, let's explore that. Or I notice you are analyzing the session, let's explore that. Because even though it seems like you're moving away from the physical symptom they want to address, you need to disarm this protective layer that's going to keep the symptoms from being affected by your hypnosis or NLP techniques or whatever other methods you use. So summarizing, emotions and beliefs, fear, denial, grief, perfection, beliefs about their abilities to heal, judgment, is going to prevent your client from really diving deep into exploring their bodies and the meaning behind the symptoms. I hope to see you in part 7 of what keeps your clients from healing, where we will be talking about your clients' relationship to their bodies and to themselves. This is Eva Clark of Mind-Based Healing.